Now, how did we get to the Pursuit of Cobra AWE-Striker? In some ways, we got there with this version, but we also got there with the 1985 AWE-Striker, which came with crankcase. That was the first time that we saw an AWE-Striker. Then in 1990s, we got this one, which is not really necessarily an AWE-Striker, but it's the Echo Warriors Echo Striker. Then in 2001, we did get an AWE-Striker as well, and it came with Pathfinder, and that's this one here. And in 2003, we also got an AWE-Striker, but it had sound attack, even though I don't think it was at that time part of sound attack. And it was a Spy Troops Toys R Us exclusive that came with dial tone. And that was the thing I noticed so far, is that every time that there's been an AWE-Striker, whether it's the one that we're talking about now with the 2001 Pathfinder, it had a vehicle driver. Then the Echo Striker, I don't think it did. But pretty much every single time that the AWE-Striker has come out, they have given a figure to go as the driver. So then in 2003, we did have that AWE-Striker, but I never got that one, and I'm thinking it was probably because I already felt like I had a version of the AWE-Striker, so maybe that's it. I think that it's a different paint. And that's the other thing, is every time they do release an AWE-Striker, it does always have a different paint or art deco to it. And then, although it's been posted that this came from 2008, I'm going to say that this is from 2007. It's the 25th anniversary, which was from 1982 to 2007, was 25 years. Now it says AWE-Striker with crankcase. I'm not thinking this is exactly the same green, but it is more of a green of the military look that it had in 1985. It says that it was only from Target, or only being able to find at Target, and it was part of their attack on Cobra Island. And if you go to the back, you have more a old school look of what boxes from the 80s looked like. Now in 2008, we also got an AWE-Striker with leatherneck. I think I never opened it because there was always this talk about how this really isn't that well done of a leatherneck, because they've pretty much used that head for gung-ho, they used it for cutter, and now they're using it for leatherneck. So definitely I think I was just waiting to see if they came out with a better leatherneck than opening this one. And if you go to the back of the box, it still has that more 80s look to the packaging. Now, you may have already figured it out, but every time they say AWE-Striker, it is because it's the all-weather environment vehicle. The other thing I wanted to share that I thought was kind of interesting is that it was used in 1995. They did change it a little bit, though, and they used it as the all-terrain cruiser in the Stargate toy line. And with Stargate, I don't have too much of a following with it, but I really did like the movie, and I think it was mostly because it was a mixture of science fiction and it looked cool, but it also had, you know, the Egyptian side to it. Now, although every single time the AWE-Striker has come out, there's always been some type of change to it. One thing that's pretty much always stayed the same, except for maybe with the one from the Stargate line, is it's always had this camera in the front, and it's always had a hose. Now, you can say that that's something that controls the gun, and they even say that on the 1985 blueprints, and that makes sense. But another thing I thought was kind of cool, especially with the Echo Striker here, is when it was using its camera, they used to say that it was infrared and it was able to find high areas of pollution. Now, another thing I think is kind of cool is you can say that it controls the gun up above, and it's kind of like how I feel with this vehicle, is that it's not really meant to stay in the battle. It's mostly just to go in, kind of like what they say with the Pursuit of Cobra, go in, blast a hole, blast a way through for the rest of the team, and then it kind of just drives off. Now, another way I like to look at it is with the camera, is I kind of see it as maybe it's able to go in and it basically films what's happening, so that way maybe General Hawk or somebody else who's not in the battle can see what's happening. The other thing I like about it is maybe it goes on reconnaissance, and it's basically using that camera to go show how the enemy is set up, and then it takes all that information back, and then they make up their minds of how they're going to attack Cobra. So those are kind of my ideas on that. Another thing that has stayed the same through the different incarnations of the AWE-Striker is its dual suspension. Kind of goes up and down. Not so much in the back, but definitely a lot here in the front. So if it's going over that terrain, it's going to be fine and not tip over and not get stuck or anything. So definitely good for those quick in and then out attacks. Because this is pretty close to the AWE-Striker from Pursuit of Cobra. As you will see later, that there are these oil stickers here. There's this scan here. There's a star in the middle. Then it talks about the different grease types, and then we also have a sticker right here that says base. We have a number for the AWE-Striker. Unfortunately, I don't have Pathfinder in his vehicle right here. Then here's more of that latch and different stickers. And there's warning intake cover there. Another one of those kind of base stickers right there. And even the gun has some of the same stickers that the Pursuit of Cobra one does. It's one thing with these guns, whether the AWE-Striker that I have here or the Echo Striker, none of them like to really stay up. It's always really loose, and I don't know if I've just been very unlucky or they just weren't thinking. So I don't know if anyone owns the 1985 AWE-Striker, but I'd like to know if even that one did this too. So then there's another sticker. Now I wanted to take you on a tour of the 2001 AWE-Striker because it pretty much shares kind of the same stickers that the one from Pursuit of Cobra does, but they've just kind of updated it. So like here we have the star on the 2001, and here we have the G.I. Joe logo that's been updated, so it still has that star. And then we have kind of this weird kind of snowflake looking one right there, and then we also have it on the 2001, but it's actually right here. Now the oil sticker is a lot easier to see here, as well as the other stickers on the Pursuit of Cobra one, because they kind of blend in with the black, but there is an oil sticker right here that's been updated for this vehicle. And then if we go to the side, we have R72653I, and here we have a different number, but we still have the G.I. Joe sticker, and I don't know if it's my own doing, but they have it on the outside here, and I actually put it on the inside there. But we still have stars on both sides there, right back behind the wheel. We still have the watch your head sticker right here. Now those stickers like to fall off though, because this isn't a flat area, so they don't like to really stick, and you can already see if you go to the side. So there they are, already kind of peeling off. So kind of tough, because it's not that the sticker stickiness or residue isn't strong enough, because if you ever put these stickers down and then you try and get them up, they are kind of tough to get back up without ruining. So I think it's just the fact that it's round, and so it's hard to put something that's square on something that's round. Now in the back, the stickers are pretty close. They've changed them a little bit compared to the size is pretty much what they've changed. Here we have a star, and here we have a star. But like on the latch here, you can see how big it is there, and yet on this latch it's much smaller writing and kind of looks more like actual writing on it versus the one here. Now on this, when you get this vehicle, if you do, you'll notice that there's stickers on here, but when you first get it, it's going to have painted, and then they also give you these red stickers to put on too. And it's actually the same size red stickers as these ones, if I'm not mistaken. And then here we don't really have any paint app, but here we have kind of a tan little hose there. And then here we have a toolkit and first aid. And over here we get a sticker that I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. And then with the sticker that has kind of the intake warning right here, you can see how much smaller they've made it on the Pursuit of Cobra one. So it says exactly the same thing, it's just much smaller. Here I'll try my best to give you a tour of the AWE-Striker so you can see how the stickers have somewhat stayed the same, but how they've also updated them. As we were saying earlier, the engine does come out. In order to get the engine out, you do have this removable engine cover that's in the back. And then I have pre-loosened my engine, hopefully so it will come out easier. But in order to get the engine out, should it be a little bit tight for you, there is this whole section down here where you can push on this side and this side to get it out. Or mine, because I wasn't sure how much of the engine was supposed to come out, there is a cut right along here, and I did see if just the top half would come out, but as you see, the whole engine has come out, so that's nice. So there it is, but really, really cool. Just gives you more of that play feature. And then also, if you have the mobile command center, you can also use it in the mobile command center. So here we have the package insert that converts into a diorama. I have it fully extended here, but if you want to follow the instructions, what you're going to do is you're going to take and put the pegs here into the slits in the back. And that gives you more of an enclosed diorama piece. And you can see that there definitely is a battle going on. There's a huge explosion here with big billow of smoke, bunch of cactus. We've got some rocky hills in the background. Looks like another attack is happening way in the back. Now sadly mine did get something that looks like a little sun, but that is not a sun. That looks like to be either some paint or some sticker residue or glue. So hopefully yours will be better should you pick this vehicle up. I hope you've enjoyed my take on the G.I. Joe AWE-Striker from Pursuit of Cobra. As always, I thank you for rating, commenting, subscribing, but above all, I thank you for allowing me to show that there's more to this toy collector than just playing with toys. Bye. We'll see you next time.